Another senseless killing in Chicago. You know, the trend continues, family. The trend continues. Just found out about this story. A 2-year-old child and apparently the child's father was shot and killed live on Facebook Live, right in a Chicago alley. And it was recorded by the mother, who was also pregnant. Just abhorrent, savage behavior. And you know, this is a construct of the volatile, you know, area and system that Chicago and the state of Illinois has constructed. That's the end result that you have, right? So I'm going to briefly talk about this, family, and just share my thoughts on this. Before I do and get in my commentary, if you're new to the channel, once again, my name is Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist. On this channel, I talk about counter racism. I also talk about issues that affect Black people collectively as a group, and I offer my suggestions on how to replace this broken system of injustice, this broken system of racism, which is white supremacy, with a system of justice. So if you are new and you subscribe to that ideology, please subscribe to this channel. If you don't agree, subscribe anyway, because if you want to hate watch and troll, be my guest. Because at the end of the day, if that's all you want to do, those type of people are just view counts and statistics. All right, family. So anyway, yeah, like I said, this story, just found out about this story this morning. I was on Twitter, and the headline reads: Facebook Live video captures slaying of toddler and man in Chicago alley. All right, so I'm gonna actually play the footage. I have not watched the Facebook Live footage, so I'm gonna play it. Actually, I retweeted it on my timeline, didn't watch the video, so I'm gonna switch my screen, play the video, give you guys my thoughts, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Wow. And she's pregnant, apparently. Wow. 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 Hmm. Wow. 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 They can't take me to. They can't. I can't go to the hospital because they gonna take me to jail. Crazy. Wow. That's. To be honest, I don't even know what to say about that, family. That's just. That's really tragic. Really, really tragic. I think. You know, from these type of problems are not new. You know, they've been happening. You know, for a very long time, since the so-called post-integration. after the 1960s, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But these problems are not new. The problem is technology is involved, so therefore everything is ostracized with these type of abhorrent violent crimes being caught on live social media, Facebook Live, Instagram, Snapchat. All of this stuff is captured instantly and available for public consumption, like what I'm doing right now. So that's the only difference. But these problems have been happening since the 60s. I've always talked about the root cause of these situations, right? And like I said, these problems are not new at all. They've been happening since the 60s. So, for the trolls and for the idiots out there that say, well, all you want to do is blame white supremacy, and you want to blame the white man, you want to blame the system. Well, I have factual evidence. I have primary sources to back up my claims. Okay. These are the documents I always talk about, right? To back up my claims. The first document I always talk about, is the National Advisory Commission on Civil Disorders. Okay. This was a commission that was sanctioned by President Lyndon B. Johnson at the time. Their conclusion was our nation is moving towards two societies, one black, one white, separate and unequal. Okay? That was the conclusion for that particular advisory board for the National Advisory Commission on Civil Disorders, aka the Kerner Commission report. All right. Another one is the National Advisory Commission on Prevention of Violence. Study that. Study the National Advisory Commission on Urban Problems. Okay. And also study the National Advisory Commission on Intergovernmental Relations. All of these sanctions were under the advisory of President Lyndon B. Johnson. Okay. Then you also have to couple the fact that a report by Patrick D. Moynihan called The Case for National Action, right? The Negro Family. Okay. There was a revised report, okay, back in 2011 called the Moynihan Report Revisited, right? Where it talks about black families, how, racism in black families and, single parent households, things of that nature are the ill effects of a broken black community. So all of these things are coupled together with the effects that you see, or the end results that you see with Chicago. Okay. The abhorrent behavior, the violence, the shooting of just pregnant women, children, elderly, et cetera, et cetera. And you have a white supremacist Neanderthal leader, Donald Trump, that has already sent in federal enforcement to Chicago, to basically neutralize that particular city. So that's the end result that you see. And they did the same thing in the 60s, family. The federal government was sent into cities like Chicago and Detroit for civil disorders, right? To neutralize the area of AKA urban areas, black areas, to neutralize those areas for civil unrest. Same situation. So, history always repeats itself, and it's the same exact problem that's happening today as it was in the 60s. So study all those documents, family. Those are primary sources, and that's the situation that you're having right back in the 60s is happening today. All right? Until we understand that, the foundation of these issues is the black family structure has been broken since the 60s, right? Single parents raising children, being in poverty, being in impoverished conditions, not having the proper resources, the proper education, right? The proper elements to get yourself out of those situations. That's the end result that you have. until we understand that, then we have a long way to go before Chicago is at a better place. Now you're having, federal agencies and federal law enforcement stepping in to neutralize the situation, like they did back in the '60s. Same situation, family. So again, that was a sad story. I'll leave the link in the description with the story to talk further about the actual story. Uh, just to read you guys a brief thing about the story, it was the child that was shot was 2 years old. His name was Levante White. He was shot in the head. It says the boy was shot in the head, was briefly revived. He ultimately died at Stronger Hospital at 2:43 p.m. Tuesday, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. The 26-year-old man driving the car, whom police described as a documented gang member, was also shot in his head and died. His name was being withheld Tuesday evening pending family notification. His 20-year-old pregnant girlfriend, the toddler's aunt, was shot in her stomach but lived. Her unborn child was also survived. Crazy. Wow. Wow. It's just it's really surreal. But like I said, family, until you understand and break down why these things are happening, these things are going to continue to happen. At a widespread rate. But like I said, I'll leave the link in the description, and you can read the story in full detail. But again, this is a tragic story, family, and you know we got to study. We got to study and understand that the black family is our root and foundation. Margaret Sanger understood that. She wanted to kill the black family, right? She wanted to kill and annihilate black people specifically, but black families, right? And that's what we're seeing today. The black family structure is not the foundation, okay? Man, woman, and child. It is few and far in between, and we have to build on our black family. We have to do that, all right? So anyway, family, leave your comments down below about the story. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.